We going live in the place to be. It's your boy Step Back, really in the flesh this time. Got a little cam going. Had to get busy with it. When the way to get busy with it, people stepping up their game. I got to step up the game. I know I got to show respect to somebody that actually comes out and watches this thing, and me just doing it over the phone. So I got to do a little something different. We're going back to the old days with the camera. Got zero looking, but hey, this is all talking about the Atlanta Hawks right now. We in the midst of the playoffs. We in the dungeon, the valley of the beast. I told you it was World War IV. Didn't I say that 45 times already in all these videos? We are World War IV. It's going to be on and popping for these playoffs. You need popcorn. Get ready. Got the draft going on today as well. We're going to figure that out. Now, let's get started and kind of taking a peek at what had just transpired, okay? Hornets versus Hawks last night. Tremendous game for Trae. You know who he is. Yeah. You know who get busy? Your boy, Mr. Trae Young. Yes, sir. That team went off last night, and it wasn't Trae Young necessarily doing all the work. For the first time, I don't want to say that. That's rude of me. For this time, okay, we got a little bit more action from the players, the supporting cast, the guys that are trying to help out in the role and get paid for what they're paid for. Give me 12, give me 14. You know what I'm talking about? You know what I'm saying? Give me 15, give me 16. You know about the rebound guy? Give me 10. They did their thing last night, right? Trae still letting scoring. Ball on the other side still letting scoring. I'm trying to get into this box score so we can get into the facts, right? Let's get into the facts of what happened in this game that makes me excited for what we may see in the next round for your boys, the Atlanta Hawks. Down to basics. Everybody's hating on the Hornets, okay? Tremendous season this year. They have two guys that I just want to focus in on that make me a little bit pissed off. And the names of those guys is LaMelo Ball and Terry Rozier. When we talk about money side, Rozier is the highest paid guy, I believe, on the Hornets roster for now. He's a tremendous talent. He's capable of scoring 50-plus points a game. I look on the other side of the ring on the Hawks, and I really don't see no one like that potentially could help Trae on the roster now. Not an old Danilo Gallinari. Remember, he's older. A younger one, maybe. But this older Gallinari, I don't think it's possible. It's not highly likely. But you look on the Hornets side, you say you got two budding stars, okay, that should be doing it off each other. They should be killing the league. Rozier has never played to his potential, okay? That's what makes me a little bit disappointed with the Charlotte team. If Rozier could play to his potential, I see the stat line, but it's not good enough. 21 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. LaMelo, 26, 5, and 8. But look at the percentages. 8 for 22 for Rozier, and then 7 for 25 for your boy LaMelo. Ain't gonna cut it in this league, man. That just ain't gonna work. Ain't gonna happen like that. You dig? Look at the free throw percentage. I show respect on game. Salute you. You hit your shit. You did your thing over 90%, 80% for Mr. LaMelo. Now we get into the supporting cast and where it went kind of I don't know what you doing for me. How many minutes did he play? I want to see the minutes. But Isaiah Thomas was meant to come in as a spark plug, put up about 4 shots, hit one 3 and a free throw. Okay. Actually, he only hit 1 3. I'm sorry. He was 1 for 1 from the free throw line and a field goal that gave him 3. So 3 points for him, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. They ain't going to cut it. You need more from you, Isaiah. You need to be the spark plug. You need to be putting up 15, 18, especially when they're lacking and they're macking up here. PJ Washington, tremendous 17 and 6. He's really solidifying himself as a good power forward plus center in the league. Miles Bridges is 12, 4, 4. A defensive presence out this league. He does not have what I think is capable of Miles in a double, triple, double potential type of game. This was 12 and 4. 12 points, 4 rebounds. Sorry, Miles. I don't expect you to score 25, but I do expect you to give me at least, the 14 to 16 with at least 8, 9 rebounds and a crazy amount of block shots, because that's what you do. He had 1 block shot in this game. Miles Plumlee, horrible experience for him. Only played 11 minutes. Not too good. And you see what his output, 3, 4, and 2. They mostly played Harrell. Harrell played 16 minutes. I don't know if Miles got injured. 9 and 3. And then you look at Jada, another McDaniels kid, a 3-and-D kid. I love his talent, his athleticism. 7, 4, and 1. Nice percentages. Really did okay. Played 25 minutes, though. I guess that was a defensive anchor who was supposed to guard Trae Young and things like that. Kelly Oubre didn't do much. Played 15 minutes. This was a disappointment for me. And Caleb Martin as well, 6 points. That's kind of where the losses came about, on top of the bad shooting nights for both LaMelo and Terry Rozier. My issue is, as we look on top of this league, my big issue for this perspective is they need to really dive in on their schemes from an offensive perspective. Gordon Hayward was probably the X factor that led them down this road for a loss. I feel like there are not enough leaders on this team, and LaMelo's not old enough, and Terry hasn't proved himself to be that. They can definitely play the game of basketball, but I think Gordon Hayward may have been the silent glue that made that team rock. And once he went out again with another injury, he's been injury prone. It's kind of sad to say things were falling off a cliff. Bad night for the Hornets. I get it. Could be one night. However, a big opportunity for them. I think they were evenly matched. And in some ways, you could give the Hornets the edge. But then again, we got the man up here. Let's get into Trae all day. Trae Young, 24, 3 and 11. Horrible experience shooting the ball. 8 for 24, 1 for 7 from 3. It was carried by DeAndre Hunter with an incredible spark game with 22, 7 and 2. Doubted him in the draft, but I see what he is, and I think that's one of his top scoring performance games. We can't expect that much from him. Gallinari, still an old dog, but still with old dog, has new tricks. 18, 3 and 2. Look at Capello, man. Look at the game on Capello. 15 and 17 rebounds. You got to put some respect on the man's name. He did his thing. Herder, 13, 5 and 4. Look at the three-point percentage. That's what stands out to me. That's what makes him a little bit more special. Bojan Bogdanovic coming off the bench, respecting that. Dangerous. Top-notch scorer on the Kings, a top-notch scorer here, and maybe has found his role off the bench, which I think suits him a little bit better, so there's not as much pressure. DeLon Wright is tremendous. Cabarro out of Paris, France, he's doing okay, doing his thing. Solid. Okanaga is the backup center, in my opinion. He was solid as well in the minutes played. Definitely needs to work on his turnovers to get better. Even Mr. Johnson, the kid out of Duke, played a little bit. He could be a potential budding star, and I think that's why their moves were made for Cam Reddish. I think he's special along with Knox. They have an opportunity. Mays even played a little bit of minutes there, the young guard out of LSU. So now what does that bring to the table as we hit the next round, right? We did all this talking on the stat line. Now we look at what's next. On the 15th becomes the last playing game for both teams. And whoever won out in the 10-9, they get the opportunity to play for the 8. And right now we got the Hawks against the Cavaliers. And on the other side is Pelicans versus Clippers. I kind of went over the Pelicans versus Clippers in another video. But the Cavs versus Cavaliers, how do they line up? How do they match up, right? Who's on the opposite teams? You look at the depth chart for me, I don't think there's a question that it looks from a depth perspective. If I'm looking at this outside looking in, they're pretty evenly matched. It's almost a war zone, but Cleveland is more healthy, and I think they have a little bit more experience. Don't forget, Kevin Love has been to championship games, guys. I believe Jaron Allen has a playoff against his belt. Levert does with the Nets. Again, Osman's a champion. Rajon Rondo. They do have some experience here with a lot of talent that could be thrown in there to try to help out. I wish Colin Sexton was there from an offensive perspective for the second unit. They're not going to be able to get that, but I do think they have enough firepower here to fight and try to get up and get into the second round to face whoever they're going to face when we look at the brackets, right? So for me, it's really important that this team understands what they are getting into when they hit to the next round of fighting for the H spot. Cleveland has to come out with all punches. If they let it go on later on in the game, it's going to be Garland versus Young. And no offense, Garland, I love you, but Young has Mr. Young has the advantage on you, in my opinion, from a shooting perspective. They can equal out. I'm telling you, Garland is a problem, but I'm not sure he's Trae Young type of problem. He's close, though. He's close. Now, as we step back and look at the other roster, like I just mentioned, it's not really doing the hit squad like we just seen with Cleveland, where you look at it, you had one more piece, and they're really dangerous. DeLon Wright's solid, Herder's solid, Hunter's solid. Look at the backups here, man. There's really not much development going down. Jalen Johnson's the prize jewel. If they can get John Collins back, that's what brings them over the hump, and potentially they're going to go out beating the up on the opposing team there. to get that eighth spot. I'm not going to lie to you. It's going to be bully ball. Cleveland's going to have to really prepare for that. And I think that's why you're starting to see Market and unlock his talent and start to beat the bodies up on the other side. Now, as we step back out on this championship run here, we look at the lower tier teams, the Atlanta Hawks and Cleveland Cavaliers, trying to step into the eighth slot to go ahead and face number one. Can't wait to see what we get out of this in this game that starts tomorrow. The potentials are pretty sickening for the Miami Heat. They go against some of the better teams out of the West Coast, and it's going to be interesting to see how that plays out. I'm going to sign off here, your boy Step Back Magic. Have fun. Enjoy. Peace.